I don't
Hey,
know.
Robert.
Anyway,
It's all
we
about.
are
We
live.
are live. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, South Florida. Hello, world. I'm Robert Henderson. I'm Robert Henderson, President, Founder, CEO of the Henderson Financial Group, Certified Financial Planner, Certified Tax Coach. And joining me live here, just dropped in, it's my co-host,
Stop.
sister-in-law, Linda V. Harris, and my brother from another mother, Mr. James T., all the way from Hot 105, the legendary James T. How you all doing?
We are
Miss-
doing great. I've been traveling, as you gentlemen know. Family trip to Canyon Beach, Oregon. Absolutely stunning. I will go back. Then I went to Tallahassee. I met with several legislators. We had the coalition
Ooh.
of Black Chambers of Commerces. There were about throughout the state. All of them were represented from Port St. Lucie to Jacksonville to Space Coast. It was really, and I talked to a lot of legislators. Learned a lot.
You did?
Yeah.
What you learn?
Stop, Rob.
Okay.
No,
So you learned a lot.
I learned a lot.
You learned like what?
Absolutely. So they don't give out the money. They
Who's
vote
they?
in
Who's they?
the legislators.
Uh-huh.
They give it to agencies. So for instance, if you want money for mental health, who is the agency that has a contract with the state of Florida? You can't go to that legislator in that district.
No, it ain't their money. Right.
He's going to say, well, we gave it to the agency that we have a contract with. And I'm like, well, what's the likelihood that agency not
Fulfilling.
giving it to, they have their favorites. He goes, yeah, you're right. And what's the likelihood of getting a new agent? Yeah, so it's
So you know? It's
She
still
learned
you know?
a lot.
totally
Rob.
who you know.
She
Oh, it's not
learned
always what you know. So that's what you learned. You just learned
That's
more.
one of the things I learned. Yes, you didn't know that.
Well, I
You
try
didn't
to,
know
I,
there was agency.
I try to focus on the stuff I need to know.
Well, I need to know that because I'm on a hunt for money.
Well, you ain't know it's 15 different types of species of birds, did you? That you need to know that? Birds. There's 15 different types. Did you know that? Not just a robin, not just a
and you needed
hummingbird.
to know that.
I needed to know that.
Okay.
But you need to know that.
No.
Okay.
But I did not know that. Thank you.
Okay. Well, James C. How
Yes,
you doing, my
good
brother? How you doing, my
What?
brother?
I would
What
love
you know,
to-
James?
I
What
would-
you know?
I would love us to have backstage passes for our viewers. So that here's some. Good morning, everybody. I'm just happy to be here, Linda. You add beauty to all of us. You make me and Robert look good. I want
Thank
you to
you
know that.
so
Okay.
much. He's
Speak for
never
yourself.
told me that.
Speak for
That's
yourself, James.
Wait, but I gotta say, Linda, what you learned, what you really learned in that. Well, I know you learned more than that, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you a quick example before we get
Okay.
into our program.
Okay.
I had to learn the same thing. Over the past week, I've been into a little negotiation,
Okay.
and I found out,
Mhm.
we talk about quote unquote understanding money, and I wanted to know, and I asked this question 5 days straight.
Mhm.
Okay, what would be my package if I decided to retire today,
Ooh.
tomorrow, next week, next month? And do you know that
Mhm.
I went through
Mhm.
4 different people, and guess what the question became, Robert? I
But
mean, the question was, why? Why are you asking? I'm a,
wow.
I mean,
They
I'm,
want to
I'm,
know.
Whoa.
They want to know why you want to know your
about
benefit
your
package.
money.
hey, come on,
Why did you want to know?
Rob, come on. Hey,
Oh,
this thing is
that's
getting real.
interesting.
That's why when you say, Linda, and I found out only on the 5th day.
Mhm.
Well, going through many of these quote unquote companies, programs that they have it set up where when you call in to ask HR, you may be talking to somebody in Tupelo, Mississippi one day, Orlando the next day, uh, someplace else, because and you can hear the kids in the background because
Oh,
they're working from home. And
what's
then
the pearls?
and here's the trick. They tell you that because of what it is you want to know, you've got to go through many different groups within
In
the company.
2024, they
And
can't answer. Come on.
Well, I can tell you why someone would ask you, James, why would you want to know
About his money.
your benefit package
Right.
and what you are entitled to if you decide to retire?
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the surface, that seems like it's just a normal everyday question,
Mm-hmm.
but it shows you how much the masses and how many people do not ask that question. See, the system is really used to people not asking. People not asking. People just don't know.
Because you would think they would be prepared for
No,
that question.
no,
People
no,
don't ask.
No,
Okay,
no.
okay.
If you ask people, what do you want?
Mhm,
Just that.
mhm.
What do you want?
Rob, I'm saying,
There go.
Do you know how hard that is? I mean, if
yeah.
you ask people, what do
I don't think
you
it's hard.
want?
It's where do I start? It's
but
where
that,
do
but
I
wait,
start?
Linda, but that's the trick. The trick
Ah.
is the person you get
Uh-huh.
when you ask to call in to get the information
Uh-huh.
can't give you the answer. So they pass you on. They pass you on. They'll come
Wow.
back with another email. And Rob, this is what we've been talking about, how we do have a need to know. And I'll wrap it up with this.
Mhm.
Man, last year I met with Wyclef Jean. He was
Mhm.
speaking in Little Haiti, and we had a chance to talk off mic and all of that. And he told his interest, of course, is in building community. And here's a quote that he has. He said, 54% of Black Americans
Mhm.
don't have enough retirement savings to retire.
That's right.
But they don't wait, Rob, but you don't know. And he said, I think it starts with information because that's power. And he's got a new song out called Get Your Paper Right. Get Your Paper. See, Rob, again, hey man, I love what you, Linda, High C, Antonio Tavares, and all the contacts that you're doing is doing, because I'm hearing more and more as younger people are even talking about, hey, here's what you do. Those IULs that we're going to be talking about, that, hey, getting life insurance and preparing for a future, because most people are just, as the OJs, as old as that song is, they're living for the weekend.
That's true. No, that's a fact.
Ooh.
That's a fact. Most people don't know and don't want to know. Most people just want to, go get to the next day.
Yeah.
That's it. Get to the next day, eat, have a good time, wait for the week, for be entertained.
Yeah.
That's most people. I mean, if you ask most people, what is your goal? It's very vague. It's not focused. It just says, what is your goal? And a lot of people that are working, they'll just say, I just want to retire. I mean, Linda, you remember maybe 10 years ago, we was on the radio and you challenged me and I told you that most people don't want to work. And you said, no.
I do remember that.
James, she challenged me. She said,
I
you
challenged you. I did.
And she was adamantly,
I was
totally like, Robert,
Like
you
how-
absolutely
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
Most people want to work. And I told her, that's not true. I mean,
I
that's not
remember.
true. Most people want to be taken care of. Most
what you
people want to
said.
retire. Most people want to be like childlike again, where someone takes care of them, whether it's a mom and daddy was doing it. I mean, that was one of my best times. My mother was just, I didn't have to care about the light bill, the phone bill, no bills, no responsibilities.
Right.
I was taken care of. And most people want to get back to that in some form or fashion. I have figured out the only way I can get back to that mindset is I got to have a lot of money. And then I don't have to worry, which I don't worry about the light bill, phone bill, whatever. It don't even exist to me.
But Rob, you're still not going to stop working. This is the whole thing. We're still not going to stop serving.
Because I love what I do. And it's not considered work. But back to what we were talking about, honestly, if you took that poll today, because Linda was all over me saying, Rob, you're so wrong. You're so wrong. And I'm like, holy cow. Most people don't want to work. Why do you think people are doing scratch off? Challenge. Let me tell you something. I'm tell you a true story. Yesterday, I needed to get some gas and I stopped by 7-Eleven and went in there, right? And I went in there 7-Eleven and then I think I picked up a little drink or some water, right? And I got ready to go to the counter and this other tall black man but trying to beat me to the counter. But he had a whole handful of scratch off tickets. And know what I said to him? I said, oh man, with all them scratch off tickets, you're trying to get rich. I got to get to work.
I love it.
And he laughed. I said, man, you got too many tickets.
Let me just get my water.
Let me get my water and gas
and get
and
to
let me
work.
get out of here. And he laughed and he laughed. And I said, you trying to get rich? He said, yes, I am. And I said, well, you can't get rich like that. You got to earn it.
You told them a stranger that.
Total stranger. Now, let me tell you what he fired back to, what he
What
says
he
back to
said?
me. He said, I know who you are.
Oh,
Your name is Robert.
Shut up.
And you wrote
Oh my goodness.
and you wrote a book, and I love your book.
What?
Your book called The New Underground Railroad.
What?
He said, I was a Marine and you came to our base and you spoke, and I'll never forget it. He says, everything you put in that book, The New Underground Railroad, it is so true and it was so good.
What?
And I said, well, I'm writing another
That
one right
is,
now. Isn't that
that's a
something?
moment. That's something.
I was like, oh my God. When he
That
said,
is
I know your name
something.
is Robert. He said, I know your book. I saw a ghost. I go, Damn, you get that feeling when somebody, a stranger
Oh,
say,
is
I
it
know
good or
you.
bad? Is
I'm
it
like,
good or
oh.
Did I bust him out? What's going on?
all the
He's
time.
Wow.
Oh man.
That's an attestament to the great work you do, Robert.
But the thing is, I told him, I say,
Mhm.
get out the way. I'm not giving you weight behind you with all them tickets for scratching off. You trying to get rich. I'm trying to get to work. You know, oh man.
That's
So
hilarious.
my whole point is, most people are trying to figure out a get rich quick scheme so they can stop working. Most people want the lotto. Most people who not even ready to retire, they looking at their watch like, oh, I'm almost finished working. So what do you want to do? Nothing. Nothing. Now you tell me. Now you still 2024. That was about 10 years ago. We argued.
Yeah.
Do you still? If we took a poll, do you think that most people say I want to work, and most people say no, I don't want to work. I want to be taken care of. I want to have everything. What do you think now?
Most people do not want to work.
Okay.
Okay.
Woo, took 10 years for her to come say that.
Okay, Rob. All right, let's get with it, Rob, because last
All right.
week you did a tease. You said what we were going to talk about this week.
Mhm.
You know, so come on with
Oh man, I sure did. You know, let me
So-
remember that. Let me-
you said I think wasn't it
IUL.
IUL? I think it was
IULs.
Right,
I
right,
did a tease, man. Thank God I know this stuff in my heart and soul. I live this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't need to get my script out. You know what I mean?
but I'm going to tell you, Rob, what is really happening, and the reason I say this is because all this week I've been seeing on social platforms, on different Instagram, whatever. I don't do that TikTok thing, but Instagram, Facebook, and talking with people. People are now talking about money, and what they're going to have to do. And in some cases, they're talking about retiring, but in most cases, they're talking about how am I going to live day to day? You know, what must I do now in order to live, even if you are still on the job because of things being what they consider expensive. But
You're
we
right.
know,
How am
but
I
we
going
know,
to live?
right?
Not
How
just with
am I
this.
going to live? Yeah, not
Yeah,
just
have you seen that documentary, Raising Liberty City, about the them tearing down the Poke and Beans, and it's a documentary. Go on YouTube. I went to the premiere. Yeah, it's quite powerful. And when you're talking about people and don't want to work and how am I going to live, if you get nothing else from that documentary, don't sell your land. Liberty City is
Woo,
one
come
of
on.
the
How long have we been saying that?
highest elevations. They moved out 2,000 people, only 6 have come back. The rest don't look like us. It's just amazing. They just bought next to my lodge, Robert, 22 million, a 64 unit property, and they tearing it down
Where?
in Liberty City, 21st and 63rd.
Oh, yeah.
What are they doing?
They just paid $22 million
Okay.
for a 64 unit complex
Apartment.
but they raising it, they tearing it down.
Wow.
Well,
They're going.
Go
They
ahead.
I
paid
mean, it's
22 million to tear it
to
down.
tear it down. They want the land. The
Wow.
land
The
is
land,
above
that's the
sea
key.
level. The land, it is amazing. But everybody out there, watch that document. You can go on YouTube, Raising Liberty City, how they just tore down the oldest project, Poke and Bean, and what they're doing and what it's becoming and who is moving in, and it's not us.
And here,
Well,
and
you know-
here's another book, Rob. A book. When I told you I met with Miss Stevens this week, I started reading a book about Richmond Heights. I did not know how Richmond Heights became Richmond Heights. We won't talk about that now, but
Okay.
later we'll bring on.
Yeah, we'll
Mr.
get on the
Richmond.
show. We'll get on the
We'll
show.
get some people on. And And to our veterans
The
out
height.
there, ooh, there's still opportunities. Don't get frustrated saying,
Don't get
I,
frustrated.
I can't do this or I can't afford that. Ask, how can I? Stop saying I can't, and then ask someone, how can I? And I think that's
And
going to
don't be afraid to speak up. If you don't understand something like that, I put in for surtax money with Dade County. My application didn't get selected. I demanded a debriefing meeting. 'Cause I thought my application was perfect, you know me. And so they go in and they tell me your leveraging was off.
But first of all, people who listening don't know what surtax money is.
That is money given by the federal government to local municipalities to build affordable housing. The interest rate is 0.5% for 2 years. You don't pay nothing but 2 years while you building 0.5.
Wow.
And so I really needed that for Casa de Linda, the building that,
keep that vision.
And that's land that I own also, but she's gonna call the building
Casa de Linda.
De Lindo.
Linda, Casa de Linda. The house, Linda is pretty in Spanish, so the pretty house.
Leaned in, Robert. Just lean in. Lean in.
Yeah, lean
Lord, 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 Lord. That's all I can say. Miss Vickers, help me, Miss Vickers. Help me, Lord. Lord.
So anyway, I demanded a debriefing. And they got on the phone, the assistant director, and my great application, Ms. Harris, but we only were allowing $264 per unit, and you went a little over, even though you own the land, the leveraging was off. I said, this is a gotcha moment. This is an aha. How dare you say you committed to small developers and generational wealth, and you're going to deny my application because leveraging? You don't teach us how to do this? A lot. Ms. Harris, calm down. Ms. Harris, calm down. How about last week I get a call?
Bam.
All of those applications, we will allow you to cure, we will allow you to correct, and we will fund you. So you have to demand and ask, and you don't know what to do, but do something or get with somebody that knows it. You follow me, Robert?
Oh yeah.
You gotta, folks on the phone was, Linda, you were too hard. Why you had to fuss the people out? I was passionate. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
They felt me. So ask about it. Don't sell your land. Watch that documentary Raising Liberty City. Yeah, and hang in there, folks.
Okay, that's good. That's just in. Okay, all right. So listen. So today we're going to be talking about Index Universal Life, IUL, one of my favorite wealth building strategies. It's a strategy. The reason why I like it so much, Linda and James T, is because it covers so many areas. It's like a Swiss Army knife. I mean, it's like if you were surrounded by enemies.
Okay.
It got your front. It covers you from the front, the back, the side, whatever places that you can't see.
That's a heck of a statement.
Yes.
Nothing covers you all.
Don't say that. Nothing that you don't know about.
All right. Right.
Okay. That's what I'm telling you. That's what the people think.
That's what I heard the people say that.
But listen, you know the military got bullets that shoot around corners. Did you know that? You have James, tell her they got bullets that
turn the corner.
Yeah, they got heat-seeking missiles and everything. You run, it come and find. It's gonna find you.
Oh, that's true. The missiles do find your heat sensor, and they go.
Yeah. They go around the corner. Yeah. So you ain't know about that. See, you think you hidden, you think you hiding. So what my point is, just because you don't know about it doesn't mean that it does not exist.
Oh, that's more and more true every day.
Yes.
My goodness.
That's why all of us should be bright-eyed, bushy's tail, eager listening. Okay, listening for this information. Now, so I'm going to talk about the Index Universal Life. And the reason why I want to talk about that, like I said, is one of the greatest products ever invented. Way more than just stocks, way more than just bonds, way more than just real estate.
Somebody's excited.
Because when you think about it, and I have licenses and I know about a lot of these different things. Let's take the home. People, I want y'all to think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Just think about it, okay?
Okay.
Here you have a home, lovely home.
Queendom.
That's right, your queendom. And they have told us, when you grow up, the American dream, go to school, get a good job, buy a home, get married, have a couple kids, pay your house off, retire, pay your house off, then retire and live happily ever after. That model right there, they have been telling us that for over 100 years, but only 95% of the people follow it, and they follow it. People feel bad if they don't own a home.
Right.
They feel
They do.
really,
They feel
really bad.
like didn't accomplish.
They feel like, and they feel
Did not
bad if they didn't get
accomplish.
married,
Right.
and they really feel psychological and anxiety. They feel bad about
Because y'all, you
retiring.
and James make it seem like it's blissful. The marriage, the kids. Oh, you every time you go to a dinner party, you
no, we
talk
don't.
about the kids and,
You,
and what's your kid doing. And so we you know, with no kids and not married,
That's not
it's a
true.
whole nother subset.
you never heard me and James talk about that ever. Not saying that it's not so, but you never heard us talk about that. We always talking about upward mobility, sharing, advising, enlightening, all the time. Enlightening,
You know, it's kind of true.
sharing. That's kind of, you say that's kind of true.
Kind of true.
Okay, so
All right, all right.
so let's talk about this home. So there are more people that own homes that are paying more than 30, 40, some 50% of what they earn to take care of that home.
Absolutely.
When someone gets foreclosed on, that's because they have more home than they have money to take care of it. Owning a home is one of the biggest investments that most people make. Because not only do you have to put the down payment on down, you have to maintain the home. You have to pay taxes. You have to pay insurance. And then people, think about this. A lot of people goal is to pay off their home. If they do that, they have accomplished something.
Absolutely.
All that is Jedi mind trick.
And you brag, I don't owe nothing on my house.
Because think about it. The money that you pour into the home, if you even make extra payments on your primary residence. Now, when I say home, I'm not talking about rental property and then commercial property, investment property. Totally different.
Okay.
It's all called real estate, but your primary residence, let me tell you something. There's suckers with that. Think about this. When you pay extra on a mortgage, does your monthly payment go down?
No.
No. When you pay extra, put more money inside the paying off your mortgage, you don't get a tax break, do you?
No.
No. And some people about to retire, they doubling up, paying extra to pay off their mortgage. Now, when you do that, they got a Jedi mind. You pour money into a black hole, pouring it into something that you can't get out unless you ask somebody or qualify after you have retired and have no job and living off of retirement. Ask them, now can I get that money back out? Does that make a lot of sense? Okay. Hold that thought.
Okay.
The 401k, which they have really spurred up. Every year they said we can put more. This year you put in $23,000 inside of a 401k. Last year was $22,000 and get a tax deduction. Get a tax deduction now. Later on, you got to pay the taxes when you get ready to take it out. But later on, your tax bracket, they told us it's going to be lower. But it's not going to be lower. It's going to be higher. And the taxes are going to be higher. Now, here you are putting as much money in a 401k, 403b because you want to what? Retire. But when you put money and much money you put in those things, you don't not ever pay tax on it. Only thing you do is postpone the taxes.
Okay.
I can see it. They say if you put money into the 403b, you put money into the 401k, you never, when you get ready to take the money out, it's tax-free. No, it's not.
Yeah, it's just deferred.
It just postponed. The deferred is a fancy name. A lot of people don't understand what deferred mean. You're sick, but you want to defer going to the hospital. Deferred. So, but they have the whole people that work, people that really God-fearing law, but they got us put money into a 401k plan. When you put a 401k plan, they do what they want to do with the money. You don't manage it. They have Fidelity, a Vanguard. You don't even know how much they make off that money.
Gotcha.
Now, James, that's a question there. If you ask how much they charge me on my 401k, they may ask you, why you want to know that?
Yeah.
Your workers don't need to know that. Y'all don't need to know that. Who want to know that?
But Rob, they probably saw where we had did what we did with that active rollout before. That's because they came up with the word. Are you negotiating? What the what? I asked you what do I have? You shouldn't have. You don't have to get into my business.
No.
Wow.
Hey, listen, that's like a robot asking why. So you're a robot. You don't ask why. You just do what I say.
Do what I say.
So listen, you like a robot. You do what I say. You don't ask why. You know what I mean? So the masses, when you ask why and you be inquisitive, they're like, what? Because think about that. You put money into a retirement plan. So you have to, matter of fact, if you take your money out of 401k at a certain age, they will penalize you. Why would they penalize you? Think of that. Now, I'm saying about those two things. First, let me finish with this home. When you have a paid off home, people think that your home value is going to go up. Houses don't increase in value because they don't have a mortgage. Houses increase in value because of the surrounding appraised value.
Absolutely.
That's the only way houses go up in value, not because you paid it off. Now, why do I like the IUL against both of them? Now, I know you'd have to have a home, okay?
Right.
But paying extra makes no sense. Because that extra, if you took that extra and put it into investment, especially one that you never have to pay taxes, it would outgrow that money rather than putting it inside of and paying extra on the mortgage. If you put it inside of an IUL, it'll grow faster. You'll have more money outside and have more control to pay off the house if that's your goal.
So now I hear the people saying, with the way real estate has gone, you're saying the appreciation of a home will not out appreciate that investment.
No.
The way that homes are going up 6%, 7% year over year.
No.
Not with an IUL. And, and the key is going to be access, Linda.
I believe that's huge.
That's
Liquidity.
huge.
That's huge.
Access is huge. It's huge.
It is huge.
It's huge.
So you got a house that doubled in value, but is bricks and drywall. I got you.
And think about this. You could be paying on a house a 30-year mortgage. You could be paying on a house for 29 years.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, fell down, you can't make that monthly payment. You done paid 29 years.
Right.
You got all this
One more
equity.
year to go.
That's right. And you don't make if you miss 2-3 months payments, they will foreclose and take that house from you.
Yeah.
And on top of that, if you done paid the house off, you know how many people paid the house off, have no mortgage, Miss Sally, Miss Lulu, and they can't pay the property taxes?
Ooh.
Do you know they foreclose and take their house?
It's almost criminal.
But this is real. And people don't say now, Now, let me tell you something. That's why the reason why I like the Index Universal Life. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
First of all, here's a product that you can put in $500 a month.
Okay.
You can put in $5,000 a month.
Okay.
You can name the price, how much the premium that you want to pay.
Okay.
And whatever you pay, they're going to back it up and put life insurance on you just in case you fall down.
You must be insurable though.
You got to be insurable.
Okay.
Now, that's discrimination, which I think, but it's always some prerequisites.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're on crack, they ain't insuring you because you're gonna be dead anyway. What they insuring you for? I mean, yeah, chances are you're going out. So now life insurance companies are professional risk takers. That's why they make you take blood and urine, take you an exam. They want to know, there's a likelihood of you going out next week or you gonna live happy ever after.
Gotcha.
So once you can prove that you love yourself, I mean, plus Linda, do you want to be around some people who don't love themselves? Do you want to be around people who don't love themselves?
No, they don't make for good company.
No.
The conversation is never
different
joyful.
mindset. Different mindset.
Yeah.
I only want to be around people who want more, who want better, who want to learn, who want to serve, who got love.
That's why you don't come to our family dinners and stuff.
That's another story.
Oh.
I'm at the office most of the time.
Yeah, good old office.
No, why don't you say that's why I don't come to all them other little things that y'all be having? This meeting, that meeting around town. I don't see Robert Henderson at all those events.
Not at all.
No, not at all. I'm too busy working on meaningful things But let's talk about the IUL.
Okay.
Here's a product that now, if you in decent shape, now if you can have high blood pressure, because half the country have high blood pressure,
Mhm,
half the country overweight,
mhm, mhm,
you can have diabetes,
mhm.
you can have high cholesterol. The insurance company just want to know that you love yourself enough that even if you smoke, you can still get an
Ooh,
IUL.
Really?
It just costs double because you're trying to kill yourself. But but you know, some people can live long. Some people live longer.
Gotcha.
But here's a product you could put in money. The money you put in, it grows. Matter of fact, you can tie it to the index of the stock market. But when the market goes up, it goes up. The cash is in there. When the market
Gotcha.
goes down, you don't lose a penny. So a lot of people who are risk averse,
Okay.
they should probably have an index universal life plan.
Gotcha.
Not a universal life, but an index universal life. Because you have a universal life insurance. When the market go up, it goes, your value of cash in there goes up. When the market goes down, your cash go down. Yo, who would want to do that?
Absolutely.
You want to do something when the market goes up, you get the good. But the market goes down, you don't get none of that down.
And the key word is index. Have it
The
tied to
index,
a specific
index,
Okay.
index. And not all index universal life plans are alike.
Gotcha.
Because you have to have you have to have people that know how to tweak them and fix them. It's like not all cars that you drive go the same speed. Some cars are
Absolutely.
faster.
Mhm.
That's how IULs are. You can't just go to any company and say, give me an IUL because I heard Mr. Henderson talk about I want to index universal life. They may give you a little one that go real slow. And you don't know it, but you have a IUL.
Right.
You
right,
have to
right.
come to people like us who actually know. We go in the hood and say, this baby got some Hemi in it. This baby gonna rock and roll.
Gotcha.
That's the difference, y'all. So y'all hear me. Some of y'all peeping my game. Y'all go ask y'all financial advisor about an IUL. He got you one that ride like a little turtle. You're gonna go, why this thing ain't making money? Why this thing ain't? Because he don't know how to run it. He don't have a good engine.
Gotcha.
The IULs that we know, because we examine, we know which company, whether this company, that company, we know which one goes faster, right?
Gotcha.
So now the IUL is so good that not only do you put money in, you just take the money out with no taxes.
Say what?
Yes.
Say
And it's
what?
growing. It's growing.
Say
Plus,
what?
okay, so let's say I want to put in $25,000 a year into my IUL. So 25, let's say 4 years go by, and I got 100,000 in there, right? Okay, you put up 25, 4 years go by, right?
Mhm.
Got $100,000 in there. Let's say I probably got $800,000 in death benefit,
Mhm.
but I don't plan on dying, right?
Right.
But that death benefit serves as a long-term care policy. It also serves as critical illness or chronic illness. If you get a stroke, heart attack, prostate cancer, you got $800,000 pool of money that the insurance company will advance you because you ain't died to take care of that issue. And that's tax-free.
Wow.
Look it up. That's why I say like a Swiss
Wow.
Army knife, man.
Wow.
People are sleeping on this. They don't know it. Now, a lot of people who don't look like me and you and us, they doing it.
Mhm.
Hey, Rob, make sure when you say that 25,000 that you put in a year doesn't mean that you have to put that in at one time.
Exactly. You don't have to put that in
That's
at one time.
important,
And
yeah.
you don't have to put 25. You can put in 10,000. You can put in 5,000. But the more you save for yourself,
Mhm.
trust me, it's better to put. I like the strat I've ran when you actually put money inside the IUL if you want to pay off your house. Check this out.
Okay.
So let's say I done put 25,000.
I'm doing extra money to my mortgage, and you're saying
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that because you don't get no benefit.
Okay.
And that money right there, you have lost use of that money. And if you want to get some of that money out, you got to go and have good credit and qualified financial statement. If you was putting that same money inside of an index universal life plan,
Okay.
and you need the money out, the insurance company say, oh, you got $25,000 in your plan? What you need? 20,000? 25, 23,000? The life insurance company say, don't touch your money. Let your money keep baking. Don't touch your money. Let your money keep growing. The insurance company say, we know you like yourself because you're saving for yourself. We know you protect it.
Mhm.
We're going to give you our money and
Mhm.
use your money as collateral so you won't run away. And they will actually give you 23, 24,000 to go to the casino.
Do I have to have good credit?
No. Once you get the plan, you don't have to have no more credit. You don't have to have a job. You don't have to have
I
nothing.
don't have to give them pay stubs, first
None of that.
W-2, tax returns. Phew, they ask for everything these days.
You don't
So,
have. That's
wow.
why. So you'd have to do that in the 401k hardship.
Right.
Then you might get penalized.
Right.
Then you got to look at the statement. You don't know if it's up or down that
Right,
month.
Right.
Well, in the house, you got to do that. Interest rates up, gonna cost you more. Your own money now.
Yeah.
Your own money that you have equity in is gonna cost you more. Or you don't qualify. Follow me?
Mhm.
When you have that same money in an IUL, plus on 401k or home, something you drop dead, they got to take up a GoFundMe.
Yes, goodness.
But if you have the money inside of IUL,
Mhm.
man, you got tax-free death benefit.
Love it.
Isn't that amazing?
Love it.
Now, you don't just have to get it for yourself, you can get it for your children. Like all of my children
Mhm.
and all of my grandchildren
Mhm.
have an IUL.
Can you go outside of the family, Rob?
Only if you can prove that you're not going to kill that family member to get money. It's got to be some sort of insurable interest. The
Okay.
person, a family member work with you. It's got to be some kind of tie.
Fiance?
Huh?
Fiance?
Well, the insurance company want to know if you're going to get some insurance on your fiance, the insurance company say, because they watch the movies too. They want to know, do you have any
They
insurance
watch
on you?
Lifetime movies.
They watch Lifetime movies too. They say, Miss Linda want to get some insurance on her fiance.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna say, Miss Harris, have you ever been married before?
Yeah, two of my husbands.
Yeah. Are they alive or dead?
Barely.
Okay, if they were dead and you got an insurance money, no, this is like a pattern. But you say no, if they're alive, because the insurance company investigate too. They say, oh, okay, you say barely.
Don't go there. No.
So they'll say, Miss Harris,
Uh-huh.
your fiance, you want to get life insurance on him, right?
Right.
So they're gonna say, Miss Harris, do you first have life insurance on yourself? And if your answer is no, they're gonna oh, she up to something. But if you say yes, I have life insurance. If you want to get $1 million on life insurance on your fiance, but you only have $250,000 on you, chances are they're gonna say no because you're plotting.
Why they all in my business?
Because they're
He's the
professional.
bread.
No, they're not. They're their business. They're
That's right. Because when you kill him, they
all
gotta
in their
pay.
business.
When something happened to him, when he died in sleep, they gotta pay. So they gotta be
That is
forethinkers.
so interesting. They really would ask you all of that.
No, they will.
They're not gonna let me just put it on my fiance just because he takes care of me.
Do you know how much insurance fraud go on all over the country? And people always trying to come up. They ain't just playing the scratch off. They're trying to slip and fall. They're trying to trick the insurance company, fraud. They lying.
Yeah, most of the Dateline stories are somebody killing somebody for insurance.
That's
Boy,
right.
Yeah.
Got an insurance policy on
Got
it.
an insurance policy.
Yeah,
on them,
pregnant wife. They kill.
I know, isn't that something?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Usually people don't look like us.
I know.
They don't put that on. They don't put that on the evening news. They don't go on the evening
Mm-mm.
news. If you really want to see what's happening in America, we have to watch some Dateline shows
I
and
mean,
them what them other shows called?
2020 Dateline,
2020.
Nightline.
That's who you know who real killing people. Not little Bobo on the evening news. No. You want to see who really be doing some stuff.
Come back.
You watch them movies called Snap and all that.
Oh,
them boys.
that's my favorite.
good.
American Greed.
Oh,
Snap.
yeah, you watch that. That's really the
a
crime.
Really good
But
crime.
they just
Rob,
keep
Rob.
news. Okay. Let me go back to IU. Let me go back to IUL. That's the truth. But IUL. So the reason why I like it is because there's so much you can do with it. There's a way that if you have a business, the IUL, you pay the premium through your business, is tax deductible. Can you believe that?
And it's legal.
And it's legal.
Ooh.
So you get a tax deduction, pay the premium, and the life insurance is on you. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing. That
And-
really, really is something that people should know about.
Now, I use my IUL as a retirement plan, which I am planning on retiring, but I use it instead of, I don't have a 401k. I got rid of that crap stuff a long time ago. All right. I don't have a 401k.
Okay.
So I put more money inside of an IUL.
Mhm.
Not only does it protect your sister, my wife, and she has one too, but the cash value to continue to grow, you don't have to pay taxes on it. And plus, anytime I need money, like I pull some money out to buy some property. You can have this money put inside of an IUL. To what we call major purchases.
Okay.
James, major purchases is like, let's say if I want to buy a car. Next time I buy a car, I'm not going to finance it. What I'm going to do is pull it from my IUL. I'm going to use as collateral my IUL and I'm going to take the money and I'm going to buy cash for the car, right? But my money still will be in my IUL, because remember, when I take the money from the IUL,
Mhm.
I'm using the IUL as collateral. I'm not actually disturbing my growth in the IUL. I don't miss a beat. I still get my compound interest. But the insurance company says, whatever you have,
Mhm.
blessed to the one who have, for you should have more.
Amen.
Woo! That's scripture.
Well, now I hear the people asking, like, when you take money from a 401k for a hardship, you have to borrow your own money, which triggers an interest rate.
But you got to pay it back
And
in
pay
5
it back,
years, in
right.
over 5 years.
So with the IUL, are you borrowing?
Yes. You
So
have to.
that means an interest rate is being charged,
That's right.
but less than the
Then what I'm
market
making.
rate.
Than what I'm making. I
Okay.
give a perfect example.
Rob, before you go to the next one,
Mhm.
I speak with Linda,
Mhm.
but you can get that money out of that 401k and not
Mhm.
have to pay it back, Rob. Just a quick note, right? You can roll it out.
Yeah.
Active rollout.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You can roll it over. Instead of borrowing it, you can
Yeah.
roll it over. Right. You
Right.
can roll it over, and then
And
from
then
there,
you
there's a whole lot
and
of
you
things
don't
you can do with it.
right. And you don't have to pay that back in 5 years.
No, you don't. When you roll it
Just-
over, you
just to
never
have-
have to pay it back.
So
It's
they
a
got to
rollover.
call Henderson Financial, because y'all saying all these terms of don't pay it back, but roll it and dole it and deed it, and
But that's why but we want people, because
absolutely
some people won't ask and they'll just think, well, if I take it out, even though I got to put it back. Not
Right.
all of there's a way.
there's a way.
But you
Okay.
Yes.
ooh, that's right, Linda.
There's a way.
and Robert Henderson says there's a better way.
Always a better,
Absolutely.
a better way.
You got
So
some questions.
Miss Lily Vickers says, can you put an IUL on your sister with cancer who lives in another country? Now, Miss Lily Vickers,
Come on.
let's say you're the insurance company. Would you do that? Because you certainly, unless they got a cure for cancer, your sister is going to go to heaven. So then that means the insurance company has to pay money. So if you can't put insurance on someone who has cancer, because likelihood, the probability that they could make it, but if they don't make it, then the insurance company bet is off. In other words, they lose their bet. When you die, the insurance company lose their bet. Okay, they do.
They're in the business of not losing.
So they have to pay up.
Yeah.
So no, they won't want to do it. Damian Nelson say, do you have to pay back the loan borrowed from the IUL? So let's think about this.
Okay.
Do you have to pay back the loan borrowed from an IUL? You do not have to pay back the loan. But remember, since it was interest, so I want you to understand this.
Okay.
If you go to a pawn, I've never been inside a pawn shop in my life.
I haven't either. I've never been in a
I've
pawn
never
shop.
been inside a pawn
I
shop.
passed by them.
James, have you even looked and been inside a
don't
pawn
even-
shop?
Rob, I went into the pawn shop because someone had broken into my home, and I know that's the first place that they go. So I went looking for some of the jewelry that they took.
Wow.
But I never went.
I
to a
never
pawn
needed
shop.
their service.
Okay, so the reason why I bought a pawn shop, because I
Okay.
want to give an example.
Okay.
So I think this is the way a pawn shop operates. So let's say you're a drummer
Okay.
and you needed $100.
Okay.
You get, all of a sudden you didn't get no gig.
Okay.
The band, they cancel the band and they cancel the show.
Mhm.
And you have a set of drums. You could take the set of drums to your local pawn shop,
Mhm.
and the pawn shop people there will say, well, these drums are valued at $1,200.
Okay.
And you can say, okay, I need you to give me, pawn shop owner, I'm gonna leave my drums here, but I need you to, give me $200. And the pawn shop say, okay, we evaluated, we determined that, praise these drum sets is worth $1,200. Sure, we'll give you $200.
What? Okay.
And they give you $200. And the pawn shop gonna charge you some sort of interest. Because
they already got something they already made.
How they gonna make money?
When they sell your drums. Oh, but you don't want them to sell it.
You gotta go back and
Right.
get it.
Oh.
You want to go back and get it? You just tell them to
yeah.
hold this for a minute. I'll be back.
Oh.
I'll be back.
That's
Okay, so I'm going somewhere with this. So you still have the drums,
mhm.
but for your immediate needs, you
Mhm.
needed the $200.
Right.
So now when you come back to give the people the $200 so they
Mhm.
can give the drum, they're gonna say, no, we need $250.
Ooh, now that's a high. That's why they call it
Pawn shop. Okay, so Now,
Oof.
I'm okay, but you did not lose. Now you didn't have to. You didn't have to pay off. You didn't have to come back. You know what I mean?
I got you.
But it was behooved to you. You should come back. Now, when you borrow money from an IUL,
Mm-hmm.
let's say I got $100,000 in cash inside. I put 25,000 a year for 4 years.
Okay.
Now I got $100,000. Let's just say, for simplicity, numbers would be different. Inside my kitty, inside of an IUL,
Okay.
and now I need $50,000. I want to go buy a car.
Mm-hmm.
The insurance company won't touch my 100,000. The insurance companies will give you 50,000 of their own money,
Okay.
like a bank,
Okay.
but you don't have to qualify.
Okay.
So they would give me 50,000 or 70,000, whatever I need
Mm-hmm.
to go buy that car. Now they're gonna charge me interest, so they may charge me 3.5% interest. Okay,
Okay.
because the car dealer say they're gonna charge you 10%.
Right.
So they charge you 3.5% interest. But on my money that I have in there, that 100,000,
Mm-hmm.
let's say it's getting 12% interest.
Ah.
So really, I'm getting money because I never touch my money,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm borrowing money from them. I don't have to qualify. I don't have to put no financial statements. I don't have to have good credit. I don't have to go through all that paperwork. I don't, because they know I have 100,000. So they're gonna use my 100,000 as collateral, knowing that I got some money. That's why in the scriptures it said, "Blessings to the ones that have, for you should have more." I used to didn't like that scripture when I was broke, when I was poor, because I didn't have nothing. I have nothing. So therefore, I always make sure that I have, because I'm telling you something. It's the same concept right now, James. You, me, Linda. We get stuff in the mail all the time saying, "Hey, just sign right here and here's $500,000."
Hey.
Because if you got 800 scores, man, you get offered money all the time, just signature, no collateral.
First thing they ask you, Robert, is do you want to sell that? And then they said, now do you need any money? You know?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, all the time. Like on our properties, we get stuff in the mail saying, "Here's a check, just sign it. It's $500,000. No, we take care of everything." That's when you have something. See, the important thing is to have. Blessed to the ones that have. A lot of people spend all their money. Here's a man that makes $500,000 a year. He ain't got $10,000 to save. He look good. He got on all of the jewelry and the cars and all that kind of stuff, but he don't have. They want to know your net worth. That's why they say most people color net worth is $10,000, $5,000. What is it, 5,000 or something?
Yeah. Did you read that article I sent you about since 2020, the top 2% income is doubled to the point some are making 14 million every minute.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I read that.
The average person does not have $5,000.
That's true.
I remember me and you debated.
Right. And he thought, and she thought differently.
I thought differently.
Always got to straighten out. She had to come around.
My question to you and James is, right now there are people, if you said, I have your child, I'm holding he or she ransom, and I need $1,200, they may not have it. A good majority won't have it. When is the last time that you couldn't get your hands on $1,200?
Me?
Never.
Come on now. 20s, 19 years old. I mean, but this is happening to grown people now. Where you can't right now just liquid go.
No, Linda.
You got it in your petty cash.
No, Linda, but you're missing it. You said, when was the last time you couldn't get your hands on it? Meaning that you didn't, going back to our association and our affiliation, hey, no, because I mean, if you hanging out with people who ain't got nothing and you don't have anything and you're not doing anything to help other people, then you may find that out. But
see, I remember when I got married at 19, me and Chico.
Stop. Don't. Why you calling names?
I was working for the city of Miami, and I literally.
Did you know Robert? Did you know Robert Henderson?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Wait. Yeah,
I wasn't married to her sister.
He wasn't married to Natalie, did he?
But the point is, that you mean to tell me you didn't know someone that you could get $1,200 from?
No.
Probably not.
No.
Come on.
Come on, 19, 18 years old, probably up until I was, when I got rid of Chico.
I would say,
You know what I'm
James,
saying?
I would say, James, if you probably asked the audience
Mm-hmm.
how many people they can get $1,200 from,
It's not a lot.
no strings attached,
Right.
it's not a lot.
No.
But Rob, then
Even right now.
wait. But then great. If that's the point,
Mm-hmm.
you need to change friends. You need to, hey, you need to help your. You need to go.
But
work.
who am I going? What friend gonna befriend me and I'm broke?
No.
Like Robert
No,
said,
no.
you won't
Wait,
even
wait.
be around people like
You
that.
didn't let me. You didn't let me. You
Get
didn't
to
let
know
me finish.
Robert.
You
We
didn't
don't
let
have
me finish.
we
Wait.
have a lot in common.
Wait. You didn't let me finish, Linda.
Okay, my
You
bad.
either change friends
Uh-huh.
or find someone to go to work at no cost. I mean, I can. I went when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing intern, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went to a gentleman. I went
Okay.
to a gentleman and his wife because
Mm-hmm.
I was studying business at the time because I didn't know what I was going to do.
Okay.
And hey, I wanted to work in their boutique. No, you don't have to pay me. This gentleman turned out after graduating,
Mm-hmm.
gave me my largest commercial property. Told me I'd do anything that I need to do to see you. So relationships. That's what I'm saying. If you don't have, help someone who does. Someone who
That's true.
does.
Let
You
me ask Damon. Let me
you
ask
think if
Damon a question.
you think if I needed $1,200, I couldn't ask you, Robert?
Dame, that's because
Yeah.
we have a relationship and you know that we have it.
Come on. Well,
But
we need to
there's
know people who have it.
right. But see, certain cultures, some cultures, they, the mama and daddy don't want you to marry that bum because he don't have any assets or he don't have any connections. Most people only want to be an association with someone who has upward mobility. So a lot of people, some cultures, they won't even let you date or marry their daughter or their son unless you
Can't come to the
something.
cookout.
You can't. Now that doesn't naturally happen in the Black community. Black community, we get Bobo, we get so and so, we just like them, we just friends. We're not really thinking about that. We're not thinking about later on or the intrinsic value that a person can bring to you. We're not Johnny's friend because his daddy is the president of the bank. We don't care what his daddy do. Oftentimes when we growing up, we don't care what your mama or your daddy do. We're not even asking questions like that. But there's certain cultures that they won't let their children play with certain people because it's like it's going nowhere. They're not going to be able to help you later on. So if we first, I'm gonna answer Damian Nelson's question because he put it up twice. So Damian, think about this, Damian. I'm gonna break this down to you like a 6-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you have $100,000 cash value inside your life insurance policy, and it's growing. Let's say they're gonna give you 9% interest for that year.
Okay.
But at the same time, you have $50,000 loan outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
That loan they're charging you 4%. Okay. So there's two separate ledgers. You got a loan ledger, 50,000, 4%. That's $2,000 in interest that you got to pay. You ain't got to pay the $50,000, but at the end of the year, they at least want to get the interest payment because the insurance company runs a business. You never got to pay the $50,000 back that you borrowed. Your $100,000 on its own is growing. Let's say it's growing at 9%. It's going to keep growing. It's going to keep growing. Okay. Now, when you die, let's say you die and you had a $500,000 policy, but you still had $50,000 loan balance. You just been paying the interest. It became an interest only loan for you because you ain't paid no principal back. If you have a $500,000 policy one day, they're not going to give your loved ones $500,000 tax free. They're going to minus that $50,000 because you still owed it. You already took it. What you want to do? Take the $500,000 and get the $50,000? You Jedi minded insurance company. So it only makes sense that if you have $100,000 in a policy and they're paying you interest, that's a whole nother ledger. So now when you borrow against your policy, that's a whole nother different department ledger. What do you need? $50,000? Okay, we're going to charge you 4%. That's $2,000 interest. You never have to pay us $50,000. I'll behoove you to tell you to pay the $2,000 interest plus start eating into that $50,000 that you borrow from them people.
Gotcha.
and that's simple. Okay, now
And you're continuing to get your
that's right.
annual
Over here.
increase.
That's right. That's right. You continue to get your benefits.
Your 100,000 is growing, or your what? And if you do, if you continue with the 25,000 a year, it's gonna be even greater than that.
That's right. It's a good deal. Just don't try to get nobody. I mean, just
Well,
Say
going
it again.
back,
always trying to get somebody.
Rob, but I think what sometimes people miss is how can the insurance company do that? But what they're doing is
How?
they don't understand. Rob, people like you say, some people just don't
Next
know.
to God.
But they're
next to
using
God.
your money. They're investing your money as well.
Hey, listen, next to God, the insurance company has the most money in the whole world, not banks. What y'all don't know, banks have relationships with
With
insurance
insurance
companies
companies.
to go get the money. Now, why do they have an insurance company? See, because remember now, the insurance company will lend money to me. They not even care about my financial statement. If I got money inside of an insurance policy, I can use what I have. Because I ain't telling them what I'm gonna do. They
Mhm.
see the money. I already did it.
Mhm.
So they go, oh, okay, Henderson, you got $500,000 cash in your insurance policy.
Mhm.
What do you want? 400,000? We know you got the money. We see it, not what you say. So a bank have relationship with insurance company because the bank first is the boogeyman. The banks take you through all that qualification stuff. And once they qualify you, they go say, hey, we done vetted this person. We getting ready to get some money from this person, but we're going to use your money, insurance company. Give us the money to give this person. And the insurance company going to say, we don't know that fool. That fool ain't got no policy with us. Bank going to say, well, we done asked for his last blood. We done vetted him, his credit card. We got everything on him. We got liens on him. And the insurance company give the money to the bank, and the bank make a profit off of it. They mark it up, and they didn't give you the money. All these stadiums and stuff, all arenas, that's insurance money. A lot of these developments are backed by insurance. All this venture capitalist money, it's insurance money, man. Think about this. Everybody don't drop dead every day the same time. So that means that there's a lot of money that insurance company get to keep. It's not a loan. Insurance companies, when your house don't burn up every year on fire, the insurance companies keep that money. They don't owe you nothing. When you don't get in a car accident, every year you got to pay that $5,000 premium. You don't get it back. That's free money for the insurance company. They're betting that you're going to live. You betting you're going to get an accident. So think about that. You safe driver and you ain't never had a ticket or nothing, but you paying, $3,000 a year for auto insurance.
It's illegal not to.
Right. That's what I was about to say. The states.
So, I mean, I think I got hit one act, but other than that,
Yeah, I remember that,
I just been paying insurance all my life.
That's right.
Since the age of 16, 17.
Yeah,
That's not right. Just in case.
You pay for just in case.
Ooh.
You pay for just. There's a lot of people with the homeowners, especially in Florida, that are not paying for homeowners insurance because they want $10,000 for a paid off house and homeowner insurance. People say, no, I ain't paying for that. We ain't had a hurricane. If we do, if you're not paying for homeowners insurance, you better be ready. I hope you ain't spending that money. You better put that money in the IUL and the kitty or somewhere for a rainy day. Because if a hurricane or something hit, you got to pay all that, and them contractors ain't gonna be lenient on you. They're gonna charge you up the yin yang. Okay, so you better have it and not spend it. I'm telling you, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And when you don't have it, let's do a poll right quick before we go. I want you all, everybody who have a friend,
they can get
$1,200 for today.
That's everybody, Rob. Come on, they got you their friend. Most of these people are your customers.
I mean,
not me, James, because most of the clients, I know, but I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. These people probably that's on here now are clients, so No,
but they friends.
Yeah.
They're friends. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, right up till I was about 24, I really couldn't put my hands on $1,200.
Yes, you could have. You just
she was married. She was married. I
thought you could take love to public.
She was married. They're like Orcan Willie. I remember I started dating her sister, and Linda was married. Oh my God! I think they should come up. I think they should ride bicycles sometime. They have a car.
I was rich in love.
Oh my God! I said, Linda, really, God? She died with 2 flat tires, and her head was not turned. You couldn't turn her head. From Chico. I said,
She
Lord,
loved the Chico.
Oh
Chico,
my
man,
goodness.
he had oil and grease on him, and she married to him. She was dedicated, boy. I was like,
And I tried to social climb, James, like you said, get around people who got, but they be blocking you. The people who got money, they ain't gonna have no.
But Linda,
Just come up there and I want to be your friend.
No, you can't.
You don't have value.
I
couldn't get
had a
around you,
grandmother.
so I had to create my own value.
I had a
you know?
grandmother. I had a grandmother, right?
Mhm.
And I being a child with an aunt living in the house, her daughter, I could hear her sometimes tell her, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I don't have it, but I don't have it for that. That was what I said.
That's what my wife, her sister Natalie, always said. She I don't have it for that.
Right. Because I'm not gonna tell you I don't have it, but I don't have it for that.
Okay, I want to do the survey.
But
I want to do the survey.
yeah.
Okay,
Do the survey.
I want the audience
Yeah.
to put in, if you personally know someone personally,
Mhm.
that if you ask them today
Mhm.
and tell them that you in dire straits, that you need $1,200,
Mhm.
I want you to put a 1 in if you know somebody that you know that to give it to you with no string attached. I want you to put a 0 in if you say, no, I don't know nobody who have $1,200 to give me. Put a 1 in if you know somebody personally, okay? Okay. I ain't talking about your wife. Well, man, you say that too. She might not. If you know somebody. If you don't know nobody personally that will give you $1,200 today, put a 0 in.
All right, I'm seeing a lot of ones.
I
So
told
these
y'all,
they
people
know
people.
somebody.
They know
Well,
somebody.
they're Henderson Financial clients, so they only hang around.
What did I say? That's what did I say? I said you're gonna come up with people who.
But I think, but when was the last time James, you said you can't never remember when you couldn't have access to 1,200. How about you?
I can't. I really
I
can't.
think probably when I was about
'Cause
7.
you had that Flintstone car with the thing
I
open
think-
at the bottom.
I think probably when I was probably about 16, 17, I probably didn't. I was like 16, 17. I before I really started working,
right.
I probably didn't have $1,200. Probably 16. That's the
16.
last time I probably didn't have
Didn't have
1,600
it. Okay.
where I can touch, you know?
Okay.
Probably
But
when
see,
I was
I grew up with a grandparent, and she just, and as a third grader, she taught me how to earn money,
Mhm.
and even when I earned it, I didn't have the spending. I would be
Yes, sir.
given to take to my uncle. I was banking or saving, as they call it, since the third grade, since I can remember.
Gotcha.
But my thing was, I always really wanted to be around people just like you guys. When I
Me
saw
too, but I didn't
That's not
qualify back then.
no, but I'm saying when I saw what Robert was doing, Robert will tell
Mhm.
you. Robert, what did I say? I said, hey man, people need to know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
And
you
I,
did.
and I was in a position, Linda. I was program director of what was that, TPS at the
Mhm.
time. I said, hey, you got, I think it was 3 hours on Saturday, Rob.
Oh man, we had a good show, boy. We had 3 hours from
No,
7 to
3
10.
hours? Wow.
I talked from 7 a.m. to 10.
Ooh,
and that-
you a talking
that-
head.
and Linda, ask him how much did I charge him?
0.
Wow.
You didn't charge me nothing. Other people were paying, but I wasn't paying.
Right, because
Hey.
he had something that our community needed so badly.
Yeah.
And if I got to say this, what's his name? Tony Evans says, if you can't realize that you're blessed to be a blessing, if you think it's just for you,
Mhm.
you lost. But if you recognize that you are blessed to bless others who can bless others, look at what that does. Oprah says your legacy is everybody that you touch in life. Think
That's
about
right.
it, Linda. Your legacy is everybody that you've touched in life,
Amen.
motivating them, telling them, showing them, even when they don't listen.
Even when they don't listen, like that, like in the gas station, that guy says, "Hey, Robert, I read your book,
That is
and
amazing.
everything that was
And he
in
loved
there
it.
is true. He loved it.
And he got all these cards in his
He
hands.
got all them scratch off cards.
But see, people are juggling. People have more month left at the end of the month than money. And so the ones that don't have the 1,200, they just finished paying the rent or mortgage, the car payment, insurance, my cell phone bill, groceries, and I have run out of money. And if an emergency came up and my washing machine flooded the house, they don't have $1,200.
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
I mean, and it's a lot of people do not have that throughout
they're
across the board.
That's why we have that missing middle in the working poor.
Yeah.
Because they're working, but they need the next 2 weeks to go by to get the paycheck to start all over again. They don't make enough to save to have $1,200. That is happening. That's real.
Okay.
And it's not getting better.
No.
Well, then what we're going to do today is we're going to tell all these people that know people that they can to find two people that can and have them call.
Good point.
So they can get their lives together. So
you're not in this position next year. Just let's get started. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the Matrix say you want this blue pill or this red pill. Take this red pill and go out there and find 2 to 3 people who couldn't give you the $1,200 and say, I want you to join me. I want to introduce you to somebody. Here's this number. Call these people. Tell them you need help.
Yeah, because see, I know in our culture, I didn't grow up thinking about, hey, Bobo, or hey, Jackie, hey, Sammy, or hey, Billy, what are you doing and what do you specialize in that I'm going to be able to take advantage and use? Because I have a relationship with you. Are you a carpenter? Are you a mechanic? You know what I mean? Are you a lawn service man? Do you do drywall? I mean, we never, for the most part, our culture, we don't look and make friends, based on how we can work together. We just have friends.
I know.
I
know. Some of them be no good.
Some of them be
I just
no
like
good.
that. I just like that person.
That's right.
I know he ain't no good, but I just like him.
All can Willie, you know what I mean?
I just like him.
I like him.
Make me laugh,
and we have a good time. But he don't have.
He really can't contribute to my future.
He don't have a profession. he don't know nothing about nothing but nothing. You know what I mean? And then a lot of us hang around. When we was growing up, we hang around the people.
Well, we told you don't measure people by what you can get from them or what they can do for you, and you just measure them by their heart.
Measure them by what you can do for them, Linda. Measure them.
No,
I
agree, but I'm saying culturally, we've been told it's okay to like Boy Cam Willie because he makes you laugh.
Yeah, or he cute.
Or he cute.
Or she fine.
But other cultures, they look at your pedigree. You follow me? What fraternity, sorority, what organization? I mean, it's
what did daddy do? What your mama do?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And we just don't we don't think about that. And then later on in life, that's why we don't have a network or we know someone like the Henderson Financial Group. Most people know we've been doing this for 30 years, so they've heard our name. But it's a lot of people just in Dade and Broward who's never heard of the Henderson Financial Group.
Wow.
Never.
If they would have had this gig economy back when up to 24 when I couldn't get my hands on 12, I would have did Uber. I would have did Instacart. I would have done this gig economy, really giving people not a lot of reasons to not. You go out there, if you run out of money at the end of the month, you need to have some more gigs.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people say things, but they're not doing things. People say what they want.
I wish I could have drove people around for money.
Yeah, it's a lot of people who not.
Hey, Joe Weatherspoon just said something, Rob. And our email came out this week, and he says, we're introducing you, Robert, to our family reunion this year in July. And Rob, I had already told my family in the last reunion that we had in June. We always do it the last weekend of June.
It wasn't in July. My birthday, July. We're supposed to be going on the trip.
Well, good. Hey, thank you so much. Because people need to understand. They need to know about. They need to know about living trust. And the difference between a will, Lady Bird. Not just the IUL, but they need to know. About estate planning, because most of our family don't understand the difference between a will and a trust, and what an irrevocable trust is. They need to know about Medicare. They need to know about Social Security benefits. And a lot of people don't know, and your friends don't know. So here's a source, the Henderson Financial Group. You guys should be networking and sharing. Hey, call us or just look at our podcast here, and you get a plethora of information. And it's very important that you know, especially as you get older, because there's so much to know. And if you think that you know it all, I feel bad for you, because we don't know it all. That's why we come to work and we continue to learn and grow and expand. And that's what we're here for. We're here to love, to share and expand. If you don't know why you was born to do that, really. And when you do that, they'd be the happiest you can possibly be. Let me say it again. If you figure out, but you don't have to figure out, because I'm telling you, each and every one of us were put on this planet. If you're saying, why am I here? You was put on this planet to expand and to grow, to learn, to love, to share, to help. And if you feel bad, if you go help somebody, I tell you, you'll feel better. That's what it's all about. And oftentimes, especially in America, a lot of times you need money to help somebody because it costs. Now, if you don't have money, you can help them with their time or advice. You can show them the way. So that's why each and every one of us was put here for. I found that out. Linda found that out. James T, we found that out. That's why we're so excited about life. That's why we say we're going to be here for a while, because we know it's so many people that don't know what I just said. So I want you all to share that also. Each and every one of us was put here not just to go to the concert or laugh or jokes or eat and go to the bathroom and have sex or whatever. That's not no. We're here for love, expansion, growth, togetherness. That's why we're put here. What other reason you think we're put here for? Just to look and watch reruns? James, we need prayer, don't we?
Okay. I guess the time is up. We've got some other comments there. I think that's it. My friend Courtney Cade says our culture teaches that because you have doesn't make you a better person. Well, hey, if the culture may teach us that, but we know the truth is, if that scripture says, "Give and it shall be given unto you," Rob. Hey, if you don't have anything to give, then nothing will be given unto you.
Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Nothing plus nothing leaves nothing.
So you're right, Courtney. That's what the culture teaches, but we know better. We know better. And working together is just so important. So, hey, Father God, Lord Jesus, Holy Spirit, we thank you for the opportunity that you've given us today to reach out to one another, as well as to those who will listen to this in the future or check this out. But more than that, to give us an opportunity to share with others. So we're asking you to continue to bless us so that we can be a blessing to others, and continue to teach us, because we know that with all that we know, there's so much more that we don't know that we could use to be better managers of the kingdom. You placed us here to manage your kingdom here on earth. We don't have to die to go to heaven, because heaven is right here on earth. Help us to be better managers so that we can show you and glorify you, because it's through what we do for others that really glorifies you. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen.
Amen. Hey, James, you made me think about when you said heaven is right here on earth. I said, what if you die and all of a sudden you dead and you come back, you back here? You're like, I'm back here.
Right. Well, hey, you're gonna come back here anyway, because that's what he say he's gonna do. If you're gonna believe,
amen.
All you gotta do is check out that template, and he says, "Hey, thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven." Heaven is right. Hey, that's that's what it says. So
that's deep, man. That's deep.
I'm just telling you. If your pastor ain't talking about kingdom, walk up to him and ask him why.
That's deep. That's deep, James. All right, gotta go. Linda, you out of here?
Yeah. Things to do, people to see.
We're so glad that you have you. Anytime you come, we're just so happy to see you. You just bright-eyed and bushy tail. You just, like James said, you make us look good.
Yeah,
especially with your future lipstick on.
Thank you.
All right. We love y'all.
Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. Oh, yeah. Super Bowl. Who you going for?
Oh, yeah.
Kansas City.
You going for Kansas City?
Oh, no question. That's why I knew I was going to have a team in the Super Bowl, because my two teams were the Ravens and Kansas City.
That's the one with the black quarterback?
I was hoping that Lamar would make it. And if they had let him been the quarterback, he would have. But, hey, next time.
Yeah.
Everybody, everybody, put who's your team? I see Mr. Priest says
Kansas City.
KC.
Yeah. So Taylor Swift, y'all Swifties, huh?
No, I just think I want it to be a blowout. I don't even want 49ers to be close.
Really? Oh, James. You don't want a good game?
That is a good game for me.
Why you don't like Kansas City? Because of Kaepernick?
No, I think I like Kansas City.
The
I don't like 49ers.
49ers because of Kaepernick?
No, I don't dislike anybody. I just love who I want to love. Right, Linda? You love who you want to love?
Yeah. Even
That don't mean you gotta dislike anybody. You just love who you want to love.
She loves old Cam Willie. Two flat tie. Boy, I tell you. That's love for you.
Oh, wait. Hey,
Huh?
Rob, we got to do a shout out for our friend Joy Reid. She has a new book out.
Oh, yeah. I've been seeing her on
Mega and Myrtle, is it? Yeah.
Yes.
It's a great. Hey, Rob, we're gonna get her on. We got to get her on because I'm gonna get her on radio as well. But hey, check out that new book and check out Joy. Keep her in prayer because hey, she has to stand for what she believes in.
The enemy is after her.
Ooh, baby. No.
That's just a strong though. She got it. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Robert has helped her to be strong. Have a good day.
Yes. Have a good day. Y'all, peace, love, and happiness.